I was having a brainstorming session, but to myself, and I thought, why not just record the rest of it? It could be valuable looking back at it. I was talking about creating. I was talking about watching creators on TikTok live and doing it in a way where it's not a passive watch just for your own enjoyment. You know, when you're just like doom scrolling, but taking an active approach. So I'm actively watching. So what that means is I have a goal before I go and watch these creators. The thing I've been going through that brought me to this point was I would do a lot of streaming, and I got to a point where I was so in my own head thinking that I was the only person that had low viewership. It, when we speak rationally and statistically, it's not true. And of course, I had that logic and reasoning, sound reasoning, to know that's not true. But when we're speaking about emotion here, when you're in a bad place, you start to have these feelings of no one, no one gets me, no one understands me, people don't care about me, people don't love me. I'm the only person going through this. No one else can understand. These are the kind of ideas that warp in your head, and I think it's the shaitan firstly, and then it's your nafs, and then also just your environment and allowing yourself to say little bad remarks to yourself that cause doubt and self-criticism and all of these things. And one of them is just about me not being grateful about even having a small viewership, even on days where I only have one person in the stream, and taking my channel and isolating it. And because everyone is in their own world, you go through the motions every day. So of course we're going to be narcissistic to some degree. It's all about you and all of these things. I got to a point where I'm thinking, oh, no one's watching me and everyone else is thriving. You compare yourself to the best creators out there. You think of iShow Speed, you think of Kaisenat, you think of Jinxie, Queso, whoever your favorite creator is that's doing amazing stats wise. But going on TikTok and just swiping on TikTok live, and I do this without any sound because I find that if I try go just to with the sound on, I go back to the passive mode because you watch a stream, you hear something interesting, you're seeing it is interesting. You're not going to swipe on to the next one. You're just going to enjoy it. But when I take away the auditory side of the content and just the visual aspect, so I look at the content and I just check off a few things. So first, I'm looking at I guess the style of content. So what type of content is it? Is it gaming? What type of gaming is it? Is it horror? Is it a shooter game? Is it a fun indie game? Or is it a reaction video? Second, I look at the setup and the creator themselves. So how do they have the setup in their room? Is it a well lit room? Is the camera to their right side? Is it head up face on? Their facial expressions, their body language. When you're looking at the video, the stream, are they well engaged? So are their face, are they? You can tell how they feel. You can see their emotions in their face, or is it very just neutral? Body language, are they moving their body a lot? Hand gestures, etc. And I look at the view count, I look at the channel size. What that does for me is it reminds me that it doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, what size you are. Channel views fluctuate. It fluctuates and happens to everyone. It's been so humbling for me. Just in this week, I started doing it this week, and I really encourage other creators who feel that they're in a rut and knowingly or unknowingly you've adopted a mindset of no one understands me. I'm the only one that's going through this rut of low viewership and not feeling appreciated. Do really take this path. And this is for streamers. You can find your alternatives if you post TikTok videos or if you post Instagram Reels or if you post YouTube videos, find your alternative. But for streamers, go on TikTok Live or even go on Twitch Live because they do have the swipe feature now on the phone, and just swipe. And I personally recommend taking don't listen to it with sound on, just turn the sound off. Or as I said, focus on one modem of reception of I guess yeah reception. Don't take auditory and visual. Either do auditory, so just listen to the creator, but that kind of defeats the purpose unless you're trying to hear how other creators sound and trying to learn good communication. That's a whole nother thing to look at. If you're trying to sort of have a visual look and see the stats of creators and see body language and just see the difference, everyone is different in the world. I recommend only visual. So mute the sound and just watch. And I don't know however long you want to spend per creator is your choice. You don't have to swipe every 5 seconds. But at the same time, I wouldn't recommend staying on one creator for 5 minutes because you want to do quantity. Quantity. You want to see as many creators as you can in a decent amount of time. Because the more creators you see, the more travel think of it like traveling. Of course, but if you're doing it too quick, you're defeating the purpose because you start looking at the numbers and all you start focusing on is the numbers. I corrected myself earlier when I was looking, I was just swiping on channels, and I would instantly go on their view count, see okay how many views have they got, what's their subscriber count, let me go check their channel, what's their most viewed TikTok clip, and then just swipe off and then swipe to the next person. And I corrected myself. I started to think, look, don't assess it. Don't assess it just off of their view count and a quick glimpse of what their face looks like. Because that's just, you're judging them based off how they look and you're judging them based off their view count. So that's very prejudiced. And that isn't something that you want yourself. That's not something I want myself to be assessed on. So I shouldn't be doing that, right? If you don't want something to happen to you, try not to do it to other people. It doesn't mean it won't happen, but at least you know in yourself that you have integrity. You're not going to do something that you don't want it done to you. Man, this video has been for 7 minutes, and this has been me for the past 30 minutes, by the way, just going back and forth. And I love to speak out loud when I'm having ideas. I also have a journal that I write on, or I can just type it out. This format of verbal, or if it's not verbal or written, then I just do it in my own mind. But when I say it out loud, I can formulate the sentences. So it gives me the time to organize my thoughts, right? Yeah, so that's been the focus I've had as of this week, and I'm going to take it into next week. It's been my best decision that I've made regarding fixing the isolated, people don't understand me mindset. No one's going through what I'm going through mindset. You can be very rational, but when you go through your emotional swings, rationality gets chucked out the window. Things that would normally make sense to you, you start to doubt. You start to really question in a weird way. But once you kind of sober up out of it through means like this, that counteract that urge you have to say something stupid as a doubt like that, it helps you tremendously. It's better than because it's better than having someone tell you, "Oh, just sleep on it, you'll be fine. Just keep being positive." These things are very abstract, and I was at some point before an abstract idea person. Be optimistic, be positive. The list goes on and on, but it's if you put in actions behind those sentiments are very good and sincere, but we need actions behind it. And Islam taught me that heavily. I learned so much from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There is there must be application behind teachings. So yeah, this is something that's been tremendous. Let me know what you guys think. And even me posting this video itself is a just I don't know. I don't know what to, I was gonna say it's a risk, but I mean I love making content anyway. Let me know what you guys think. I love this idea, and hopefully someone can actually try this and find benefit from it.